Bang!
Pro Wrestling Podcast. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Rep through rep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Did he do it?
Too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am Macho King Savage.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. I said WWE stands for... It's me, Austin. I will never retire.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast listeners. Welcome to the show where we don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support. Are you sick and tired of dropping $60 to $100 every time somebody comes out with a new wrestling video game? Stop immediately. Go to Wrestler Unstoppable, available exclusively through Facebook. Create a wrestler, sign contracts, get into storylines, headline PLEs, even build your own corporation from the ground up, all included in Wrestler Unstoppable, available now to all Facebook users, totally free. If you want to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Podcast and you want your name in the shout-outs like my good buddy John in Texas, and special shout-out tonight to my newest podcast, Patreon member, Emily. Thank you, Emily, for the contribution. We love you for that. Please, anybody else wants to join the family, pop over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sign up today. Don't forget loyalty rewards. $15 a month contributor, you get to co-host a show with myself. $7.50 a month, you get to be entered into a drawing to also co-host an episode. And just like John down in Texas, we are putting together some Patreon exclusive content that'll be out shortly that we would like to put together with all of our subscribers in our loyalty rewards program. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. If you've got questions, comments, something you want us to touch on in the day's news and rumors, you got to give me a shout. I'm not going to know otherwise. Pro Wrestling Sound Offline, 267-642-1160. Give us your questions, your comments, whatever you want us to talk about, and I will make sure that I get to that in a future episode. Tonight, jumping into things, starting off with what I think is a very exciting conversation, which is AJ Styles' new position with WWE has come out. He's gone into much more detail. He has been scouting the indie shows, traveling the country, seeing what they have to offer, and seeing what kind of talent is out there. He is a talent recruiter, talent scout, and in some ways is working in training. He is working with his son to get his son ready for a potential in-ring career, but it is great to see that he's out there doing that. I know that I'm going to be looking for all his social media to try to guide him to some of the talents that I've seen out there. But it's nice to see that he's having that opportunity. Now, he has been asked whether or not he's interested in doing a run-in or something like that at WrestleMania, which it sounds like he is not in the plans to do. But we will be seeing him be inducted into the Hall of Fame, which will be wonderful. It's going to be great to see that cap, that icing on the cake for his incredible career. He's contributed so much to the business, and it's going to be great to see him get a proper send-off with the Hall of Fame, and just it's great to know that he's going to have an ongoing role in the world of professional wrestling even after his in-ring time is over. In other news, current AEW champion, the current TNT heavyweight champion, is injured. Now, this is a sad one because Kyle Fletcher, who really many times in the last 2 years has looked like he is ready to be the breakout star for AEW, could be the guy to carry the brand for the next 10 years, has now suffered a meniscus injury, and he is going to be out for an extended period of time. He currently has held that TNT championship for over 54 days. He has defended the championship against people like Mike Bailey, Mark Briscoe, Robbie Eagles. He's had championship defenses. He looks great in every match he's in. You really got to give it to this guy. This is about as close close to a homegrown talent as AEW has ever had. Kyle Fletcher really is potentially the future of the pro wrestling business, and we wish him a speedy recovery because his absence from television is going to be huge. We do not know yet what is going to happen with the TNT Championship. I suspect, according to Fightful Select, they are the ones who reported on the meniscus injury, that there may be a conversation potentially on Dynamite Wednesday evening about what they're going to do with the TNT Championship. Perhaps they do some kind of interim champion. Maybe they strip it all together and have somebody else be the champion in the short term. But it sounds like this is going to be a longer-term injury recovery. And this is on the heels of the fact that Private Party's Mark Quinn has been injured as well. He's going to miss a significant amount of time due to some kind of tear as well. So unfortunate that, for him especially, he and Isaiah Cassidy just got back to AEW programming earlier this year after a very lengthy absence and now back on the injury shelf. They just can't seem to cut a break. But AEW in general, far too many talents on the injury list, and we really would like to see them get back to it and really get their feet under themselves and do some substantial things. On the TNA front, Mike Santana, the current TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the word is out that his contract is set to expire this summer. PW Insider Elite reports that his contract is set to expire. He'll be a free agent. They don't know the exact date that he is going to be available, but a lot of people expect WWE to sign him or make that attempt. He has been there since August 2019. I apologize, he was in AEW from 2019 to 2023, leaving there, going to TNA in 2023, and he has just lit the world on fire since getting there, climbing the mountain, getting to the TNA World Championship. If you remember his first championship win, losing it the same night, really upset people, or the next night, and then now he's got his second run with the championship, a much more substantial run, and he has done so much for TNA, but this is a talent WWE certainly has their sights set on, and somebody who I would easily see getting a very lucrative contract to go to WWE. He would boost the the NXT roster. He would really bring some legitimacy to it because he is an international superstar who's done so much in the business previously. So I expect WWE to make a strong push. But hopefully TNA, who is really benefiting from his presence there, finds a way to secure him for a longer-term deal, because I truly believe that in WWE, though he is incredibly talented and one of my favorite performers currently, I don't know where he fits right now because they do have such a stacked roster, whereas in TNA, he will always be in a featured position. I don't see him going back to AEW because there was some bad blood there when he left in the past, so I really think WWE and TNA are his primary options. I don't really see him going to New Japan or anything like that either, so we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Another superstar, CMLL superstar La Catalina, is no longer with the company. They announced her departure. They wished her good luck on her future endeavors on their X account. And she has been a very busy lady working for Ring of Honor, CMLL. She was in WWE for a very short period of time in the NXT brand as Katrina Cortez. She was released in 2021 from WWE, and she basically put out there that it had something to do with her visa expiring, and she was really frustrated. She came to the United States, didn't speak the language, had to sell everything she owned at the time. And then now the theory is that she may go to AAA. And now that WWE has purchased AAA, perhaps she can establish herself there and then see a pathway forward, potentially to a WWE career in the future shortly afterwards. So definitely another one to keep an eye on. WWE always in the mode of acquiring premium talent, and she is a very talented performer. So definitely somebody to keep an eye on. And lastly tonight, Ric Flair accusing WWE of trying to kill his legacy and giving thanks to Tony Khan. According to X, Ric Flair puts out a tweet. I don't know, what do you call it? Now that it's not Twitter, is it still a tweet even though it's on X? That being said, making reference to the fact that he is no longer allowed to be affiliated with the organization Roots of Fight, which is a media and apparel brand that highlights the stories of iconic athletes. He put up a quote, and I'll read his quote to you. It says, "I woke up this morning to find out I'm no longer allowed to be with Roots of Fight per WWE." Flair wrote, it says, before highlighting his many accomplishments, including his ESPN 30 for 30 documentary, as well as his titles, he referenced, quote, 21 world championships, but I always played by your rules and kept it at 16. Paid Vince McMahon back $800,000 when he said he would forgive it. I honored it. Nature Boy also put out there, fortunately, he's still bringing in income thanks to his other deals and ventures, and he thanked the WWE's competition, AEW. He has been with them since 2023, signing a deal having to do with his Woo energy and accompanying Sting during his retirement angles and whatnot. And then there's another quote from him that says, "What more of my legacy do you want to destroy, WWE? You all grew up loving me, and I set the bar. Now you're trying to kill me and diminish my legacy. Thank you, but it ain't happening. Nice try, LFG." Ric Flair, I mean, look, he's a controversial figure in a lot of ways, but he's very frustrated that, all this business dealings between companies shouldn't be affecting him at this point. He's retired. He should be able to, I get it. He signed to WWE as a talent in some way, shape, or form. Let's be honest, though. He hasn't appeared only one time during the Mongo McMichael tribute in the last 2 years. He doesn't perform for them. Is he under contract? Yeah, this WWE has people under Legends contracts. They still get to do other things other than just WWE functions, cons, and things like that. Why are we messing with Ric Flair? One of the most legendary players in the game. Somebody who is the reason why a lot of people tune in every week to watch the shows. I think this is one of those times where people are just pushing buttons that don't need to be pushed. Just being honest, that's my opinion. That's all the time we have for this episode. Check back with us next episode. Run down the latest wrestling news and rumors. Special thanks as always to Suno for creating the music and sound effects we use on our show. Today's show sponsored in part by Beazle Games. Bring a new friend to family game night. It's easy with Sketchy people. Showcase your artistic side in this game from Beazle Games by going to thegamecrafter.com and picking up your copy today. If you're looking for your next career move, you're considering college, maybe university life, maybe you just need some formal training for your next career decision, go to our website at frolifeplanning.com for all your higher education needs, as Fro Life Educational Planning is for today, for tomorrow, and for life with Fro Life. I'm Fred Froelich, better known as Dr. Fro. I want to thank you for taking some time with us tonight. Until next time, everybody, take care. Have a great night.
Wrestling Podcast.